all I can say is all praise to the Most High, because that just happened. That really just happened. I literally got $400 stolen out of my face. So I had huge regret, obviously, right? And again, I'm a broke college kid. I didn't have any money to my name. I'm going to share something with you that may just very well destroy my reputation as some YouTube guru or even being successful with making money online. See, the truth is, I'm just like you. But before I even admit what may just be the most vulnerable story of my life, I want to let you know that I've actually made money online. I've actually made over 6 figures online, just posting on social media like YouTube and Instagram. I've made a lot of money in a short amount of time. And I've also spent and burnt out and been broke before and not being able to pay my bills before, many times actually. About 5 years ago, I decided to drop out of college, and it was a leap of faith I never thought I would take. I was so passionate about business. I was so passionate about making money online and being helpful to others while earning money online. You see, it all started when I found out about DoorDash. It's kind of funny because DoorDash is, it's looked at as a side hustle. And I decided to take it more seriously. I was working a part-time job at a university, and I decided that when I get off, I'm going to make money by driving my car and delivering food. And I thought it was a great idea because my first time DoorDashing, I'll never forget, I made $40 in like an hour and a half. I was only getting paid $10 an hour from that job at the time. Keep in mind, this is 5 years ago, so minimum wage is completely different now. But back then, to me, that was a lot of money, especially as a college kid. Fast forwarding, my job actually was funded by some program, and they had to ask the government for money in order to continue employing us. And they ran into some speed bumps, which actually forced us as employees to not work for an entire month and a half. And during that period, I really had to use my brain to try to come up with ways to make money so I could pay my bills and also, have a little fun. But what I didn't know was when I earned this money through DoorDash, I saved up about $400. And at the time, I'm not thinking about dropping out or starting a business or even making money online. I'm thinking about fun. So my cousin hits me up one random weekend, and this is the summer, and he's telling me, yo, we got some friends. We can go to this resort. And I'm like, I'm down. We go to the resort. We all pitch in our money. It's probably $75 a piece. Very nice resort, right? And so we get there, and before we get the keys to the room, the clerk or the associate that works there says, well, you all have to pay a security deposit. And I'm like, what's a security deposit? And she explains that, well, we take an extra fee just to make sure that, if the room gets damaged, we'll take the security deposit to fix the damages, and then we'll still charge your card if there's any extra. And I'm like, you know what? We're not messy. We don't want to cause any trouble. So we're good. Like, cool. Nobody had $400. That's what the security deposit was. It was $400, right? So I went ahead and, of course, I forked over my $400. I'm over there at the counter, swipe my card, and it declines. And I'm like, what's the problem? And the associate says, sir, we can't use this. This is a prepaid card. And so I'm like, well, I got to go to an ATM. She said, sir, we don't take cash. And I'm like, well, who has $400? And so one of our friends who had $400, this was my probably second time meeting her. She said, okay, I can use my card. And I told her, I will give you the $400 cash just to, spot you. Cause I know my cousin signed up for the resort and, so anyways, pay me back my $400 when they return it back, when the room isn't damaged, and we'll be all good because they're going to return it back to your card. Fast forward 2 weeks later, I didn't hear from the girl at all. She's actually in a whole nother state. And I'm thinking to myself, why did I even do that? What? Like, I'm not that type of person to be thinking like somebody would steal in that scenario or steal at all, because that's not what I'm thinking about, right? I'm not that type of person. But that just happened. That really just happened. I literally got $400 stolen out of my face. So I had huge regret, obviously, right? And again, I'm a broke college kid. I didn't have any money to my name. All I can say is all praise to the Most High, because after having a friendly conversation with this girl and talking about, hey, we might have to talk to some lawyers, she believed it. And I actually got my $400 back. And I actually got my $400 back. Now, I felt so empowered because that little time gap where I didn't have my 400, which was literally my life savings, I started writing down all the things that I would do with the 400 if I would have gotten it back, or when I worked again for DoorDash and got my $400 back. I told myself I was going to invest into myself because I experienced the emotion of loss of earning money, working hard for it, and then getting it snatched away just like that. And like many of us in life, when real life hits, bills, cars, things we have to fix, it feels the same way. You feel a loss because you work hard for your money, and we're taught to work hard for our money. But then when it gets snatched away so quick due to life happening, right? We're like, man, what can I do to earn more money? And one of those things that was on my list that stood out to me was mentorship on how to make money online as an online fitness coach. And believe it or not, I was very passionate about fitness, and I still am. I still work out, but back then I wanted to teach people about fitness, and I invested $400 per month for a mentorship that taught me how to make money online. And it worked really well. I mean, by month 3, I was making $2,700. I made my $400 back within the first 30 days. So it was no loss. But there was a huge problem that arose. I actually moved out my parents' house. I was actually able to get my first apartment. My rent was like around $1,300 a month. And it was all good until something happened. As many of you know, business goes up and down. So, during Christmas time, people are like with their families, they go Black Friday shopping, and most of the people who are on my Instagram page, they're doing these holiday activities, spending their money, right? And here's the thing. I didn't know how to adjust for that. And I was spending so much time trying to grow the business. Now, I pushed past that little hump, but ever since then, I had stopped making as much money, and I just didn't know how to scale the business. And it took a lot of time, a lot of effort. I was doing this full time. I would make $6,000 one month and then $1,000 the next month. And it was just so hard to depend on that income because it wasn't consistent. It wasn't dependable. It wasn't predictable. I struggled for 2 years to pay my rent. All praise to the Most High, I was able to still pay my rent. Whether that was through Instacart, continuously door dashing, making money through my online business, occasionally working 9 to 5s. It was a hard and long struggle. And I didn't know how to get out of it, to be honest with you, because that's all I knew. I mean, I dropped out of college for this, right? Because I'd seen so much success in it. And I was having friends that were making $20,000, $50,000 a month. But what I didn't know on the other side was how much they had to put in. And I thought to myself that because I was putting in so many more hours than them, that I was going to get paid more. And that just wasn't it. You see, business isn't luck. And I had to learn that the hard way. You create your own luck by working hard, but it doesn't mean that it's going to work out the same way as everybody else did. You have your own journey. You have your own path in life. And it wasn't until I realized I needed to let go of the fitness business because I needed to learn how to market and create content and learn how to automate a business. I had to get obsessed with how to operate a business, how to create systems that would work for me, even if I was away from this laptop or away from the phone. And that's when I decided I'm going to learn how to create a passive income business. And at the end of 2023, I was devastated. I had to shut down the business, but I started a new business. I decided I was going to invest into a mentorship that was going to teach me how to automate a business. And I sat my butt down and I sat in an apartment complex lobby. Okay. And I studied while everybody else was celebrating Christmas, while everybody else was celebrating New Year's. I sat down for 2 weeks to learn how to operate an automated business. And I learned I didn't have to trade a lot of time to create income online and continuously make income online. And that's when I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all in on this. My income started to pick up again. By month 2, I had made about $12,000 and my business started to operate passively. And I was actually working less. And it was somewhat predictable as long as I was able to post content. That was the thing. I had to post the right type of content in order to keep making income. Now, fast forward almost a year from then, that business slowed down dramatically because Instagram changes its algorithm. And I'm sitting here in front of this same laptop and this phone, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm so confused because I've learned how to run a passive income business, and it's allowed me to not work as long to make the income. I was working about maybe 45 minutes to an hour and a half every single week to make about $1,200 a week with the automated systems. But then it started to slow down. And I realized that, hey, Instagram may not be the best social media platform out there because trends change so quick. But I started to realize, everybody that I learned from is almost coming from YouTube. And I'm like, we grow a connection with people on YouTube. A video can be posted 3 months ago and still get tons and tens and hundreds of thousands of views months and years later on YouTube. People grow a connection with you on YouTube. And I'm like, what if I just get my expertise, my knowledge, my experience, and just, stop the Instagram and bring it to YouTube? There was another moment. I shut down my business again. I decided literally a couple months ago, about 4 months ago from today's date, that I decided that I was going to stop posting on Instagram and get serious with YouTube. Share the same message, share the same information, but get serious with YouTube. And of course, my income dipped and I wasn't able to pay my rent, and I moved back in with my parents, and I'm working a 9 to 5, and I'm going to get my college degree. I'm going to become a computer engineer. Okay. A software engineer. Okay. I'm going back to school, but I'm also working on my business. So I have multiple passive streams of income with doing my business, but I'm also working on a career that I never finished. And that's why I say this might just ruin my reputation as some online guru that's made money online, because a lot of people on this platform aren't going to tell you where they came from or what they're going through in life. And, that's them. I'm not here to judge, but I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be in the perfect situation in life for you to start a business or for you to take that leap of faith. There were so many times where I believed that I needed to be in that perfect position. And every time I had to look back at my life, I'm like, you know what? Me dropping out of college, me having my boss tell me, hey, we don't have any more hours or any more money to fund your career until we get approval from the government. Me being able to shut down 2 businesses that were still making money, but I decided to shut down because it was a bigger opportunity that was going to allow me to actually live the life that I desired. It was a leap of faith. And I was never comfortable. I always felt like I was at a shortage. Like, oh man, well, I'm paying for this mentorship that was $400 a month. Man, I barely can pay my rent. Like, it was so many times where I was looking at that opportunity like that, but I've made it. I've lived through it all. And I'm here to share my inspiration. I'm here to share my story with you, because if whatever position you're in life, don't let it dictate what you're going to do with your life. You got to take demand of your life. You know what I'm saying? You got to take demand of your life. If you've made it this far, say demand. Okay. Because you need to affirm that you are going to take control of your life. You don't let life's punches bring you down and keep you down, right? I just told you I moved back in with my parents, right? I'm 26 years old. I've lived with myself and my girl for the past 3.5 years of my life. I felt like I was losing everything when I had that conversation with my parents. Yeah, it's about that time for me to move back in. I need to recoup. I restarted my business. My income dropped. I've been doing this full time for 3 years. I've made a lot of money, but I've also missed out on a lot of things that could have caused me to have less stress. I'm here to tell you that you don't always have to quit your job in order for you to start a business. I wish I had learned that earlier, but it's okay, because my story is going to bring somebody up, because my story is also my lesson. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff that I have to say because I want you to realize that you don't have to be a guru, man. I still go through struggles with running businesses, but I know how to make the money online. I do. And I have been making money online, and I've had to restart this business, but that's what life is about. It's about taking risks. It's about taking risks and becoming the best version of yourself. So if you actually are passionate about something, you want to make money online, and you know that's something that you want to do, then do it. That's why I make this channel. That's why I make these videos. Not just to inspire, but to inform. That's also why I created my free class to show you how to make passive income online. Okay, selling digital products, making content. And look, hands down, YouTube is the way to go. Because right now I'm building a community of inspired individuals, of people who don't just want to watch 30-second videos. I built my whole business on 30-second videos. And I'm not saying you can't be successful up there. I'm going to get back up there eventually, but I'm in it for the long run. Yeah, people will watch you on YouTube and then watch your old videos and see where you came from. And I'm making this video to also create, like some type of capsule to, capture this moment right here, because I'm in my parents' house as I speak right now. But I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that I experienced, because it built a dog in me, my work ethic right now. Like, I don't know what things distract you in life, but my brother goes to college, right? My brother's in college right now. He comes home maybe once or twice every month. And he was like, yo, let's play some video games real quick. I'm about to play video games real quick. But I decided that, and keyword on decide, I'm going to sit down and create these YouTube videos, because this is my life. This is my business, man. It's Sunday. People watch the football games and the NBA games or whatever they watch, right? I don't know what your distraction is, but you gotta be able to realize where you are in life isn't where you have to stay. Where is your mind at right now? Right? You get your mind right, your vision right. You don't even have to have discipline. You don't have to be disciplined to show up for work to get your paycheck. Why? Because you know you need it. What do you need from you? okay? In order for you to reach the goals that you want to have. I need me to be consistent. I need me to know what kind of videos go viral from my channel because I help people help themselves by making money online. The same way I've helped myself. The same way I'm helping myself now by finishing my degree and getting into the computer science industry so I can have dependable income and make a certain amount of money and not have to stress out about bills when I'm a full-time entrepreneur as well. I can go back into the job market if I want to and have leverage with how much I can get paid per hour. I'm just telling you there are multiple ways to the top, but don't let you stop you. Okay? Don't do that. Okay, because I didn't think I could come back in this bedroom that I grew up in. And I'm like, man, what am I going to say to the camera? I sound like a failure, but I'm not a failure. And you're not a failure. And wherever you're coming from, I believe in you. You can come from the bottom of the bottom. I don't care where you're coming from, man. If you have the work ethic and the right strategy, you can make anything happen. But now that you know where I actually came from, you don't want to miss out on the tactical steps that took me from being completely broke, barely being able to pay rent, to actually making $5K a month, creating content and selling my own digital products. All right. That's going to be on the video that's popping up somewhere along your screen. Go ahead, watch that, and I'm going to see you in that video. Okay. I'm out. Peace.